Good evening. My name is Lafayette, and this is my channel where we make it make sense. Um, this will probably be my last video for this year, the ending year of 2024. 2025 will be here in 2 more days. Um, I just wanted to share one last message for this year with the community, and I want to share a little bit about this journey that I've been on. Like, give a little personal insight of exactly what it looks like, from a first-hand perspective. Now, I hear a lot of things all the time from different places, spaces, people, and things like that about those that you hear about 144, you hear about chosen ones, you hear about wayshowers, light bringers, light bearers, all of that stuff. I'm sure by now at this particular time and stage in the world, everybody has pretty much been hearing these types of words or descriptions of people and things going on in the planet, ascension and all of these things, that's going on. I spoke about myself in a lot of my videos, stating kind of where I'm at and why I'm where I'm at along the way. But I want to diffuse a myth that I see is circulating around too, that a lot of people think is the way that it is. And as far as being someone that's chosen, or like I said, I really don't do all the labels. It is what it is. It's one of those things, like if you know, right? So the myth is that people is under the impression that these particular beings or people, is like float on air and all is well and easy, smooth rides or something like that. Well, I myself am here to tell you that to get in this particular line of work, so to speak, is not the easiest thing to do. You know what I'm saying? It requires a lot of resilience. It requires a lot of work, diligence, effort, energy, and a lot of heart. It requires a lot because you will be tested. Now, for those that have an awareness of this, like, when you say that you are a part of the community that's assisting with bringing some awareness and enlightenment to humanity, that requires a lot of levels of, what I'm saying? Because what you're saying now, in so many words, is that you are a direct representative of Mother, Father, God. And when you start making claims like that, you have to understand, this is not something that's given for free. This is earned. It's not given. Like, you have to show and prove that this is where your heart is at. Like, there is no playing pretend. You can play pretend, but as you move along, you'll see why that's not the best thing to do, is try to play pretend with the universe or Mother, Father, God, Spirit, because there is no pretend. All hearts are known. All intentions are known. All all desires are understood and known. And like I said, for me, being on this journey that I've been on up to this point, it's 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 been a lot. It's required a lot. It's required a lot, like a whole lot. I've been placed in positions where I had to choose, because it's always a choice. We always have a choice. And I had to choose, like, where do I stand with this thing, with this journey that I'm on? I've had to remove myself from work environments. I've had to remove myself from family, friends, acquaintances, areas, establishments, like everything. There is the saying of being in the world but not of the world. And that is a pretty big feat to accomplish, because we all were brought up in this world, and that's all we understood was this world, and that was that was the normal, that was the norm. And then to get to a point in awareness, excuse me, pardon self, then to get to a point in awareness to where you voluntarily remove yourself from all things that's not beneficial to growth. That's where the challenge lies. And it's not that the challenge lies in something that's unattainable. You just have to, what I like to say is, tell the truth and shame the devil, which is be totally 100,000% honest with yourself about any and all things. We have a bad habit of lying to ourselves. We love to lie to ourselves. Whether we want to admit it or not, we love lying to ourselves. We love convincing ourselves that we're not doing things, or things are not exactly what we understand them to be, for whatever reason. Just whether we just want to continue on in this state of slumber and keep on engaging with certain realities, or whatever the case may be. But at the end of the day, it's always a choice, and we have to be accountable for the choices that we make. We always want to kind of blame things outside of us. But at the end of the day, nothing outside of you has no control or no power over you unless you give that authority away. So, me, like I said, this was very hard for me, and I've been on this journey for years now. It's been a long time coming, and I didn't get everything the first time, the first round or the second round, third round, whatever. Like, I backslid, I fell down, I got back up, I fell again, I got back up, I fell again, I got back up. I've done this 1,000 times, and I've got up 1,001 times, because your mind will try to convince you, like, okay, we tried this, obviously it's not working, let's just go back to sleep, let's just go on back to doing what we've always done. And that just don't sit right with me, because I always face challenges head on. And I have to, once I set my mind on something, quitting is not an option. Like, I have to stay at it until I accomplish whatever it is that I set out for myself to do. Even this. And this is this is the hardest thing. The hardest journey, the hardest trial that I've ever given myself as a task to complete. And there's been a lot of tears, There's been a lot of ups, downs. There's been a lot of loss. There's been a lot of confusion. There's been a lot of everything. Like they say that this is a road less traveled. You know what I'm saying? Because of its requirements. You know what I'm saying? And few people ever choose to really walk this walk because it requires a certain type of power and strength and resilience to keep on keeping on when there's nothing per se that's like in front of you that you can actually see physically assuring you, you know what I'm saying, that the end result is going to be what you put in your mind or what you have in your mind's eye to be. Now, I have faith that's beyond space and time. Now, my faith is it has no bounds. And I have this level of faith because, as I stated earlier, I've been exposed to a lot of extreme, very extreme situations in my life. From death to accidents, car accidents, you know what I'm saying, to shootouts where people shot up vehicles that I was in. And how everything, like bullets hit everything in the car but me. You know what I'm saying? And just a lot of other experiences where it's to a point where you can't understand it no other way than what is meant to be understood for, which is that I have, divine protection that's over my life. That's it. Like there's no my ego mind or nothing outside of me. Oh, you lucky or none of that. That's impossible. You know what I'm saying? There's no such thing as luck. Like law governs all events. Law governs all events. There's no random happenings or anything. Everyone is exactly where they at because they're supposed to be. Not because you were lucky, you know what I'm saying, or it was a fluke or some random type of, there is no random. The universe doesn't deal with random. You know what I'm saying? Everything is broken down to a science. It's exact math. You know what I'm saying? And then we have to understand that. But not to get away from my point, because I don't mean to make this a very long video. I just wanted to share and let those that are on the journey also know that yes, you will be tested. We are tested. We are tested. There's a saying that I love to quote that goes like, without a foe, a soldier never knows his true strength. And thought must be developed by the exercise of strength, which means that you have to go through it in order to get to it. You know what I'm saying? You never know how strong you are or how strong you can be until you're tested and you make it through that test. And then upon reflection, now you have an awareness that you are more powerful or more durable than you may have had an understanding of prior to that event. Yeah, and so without a foe, a soldier never knows his true strength. And strength must be developed by the exercise of thought. Saying that, once you go through it and you can process everything that's happened, now you're stronger, wiser, bolder, freer. Because you know that the test that was placed in front of you, you passed with flying colors. And so there's nothing that can stop you if you choose to keep on moving forward. See, that's the beauty of Mother and Father God. You know what I'm saying? That you'll be allowed to be tested. But then when you decide to do your test and pass your test, you'll see that they was right there with you the whole time, carrying you through. cheering you on. You know what I'm saying? Assisting you in all the unseen ways to you get to a point where you're able to realize that you are more or you are stronger than what you believe. You're more powerful than you ever would have imagined yourself to be. Like I said, I've been through a lot of things in my lifetime. A lot. Like I've died. I've been in two. I've been in more than two car accidents, but yeah, I've been in some crazy accidents. I've smacked some poles. You know what I'm saying? Where the car was total. Like I said, but as always, everything gets broken up or destroyed, but me. And so I have to take that, into consideration and understand what's exactly being presented to me about who and what I am, about who and what we are. And that takes me to the phrase with Brother Jesus. Brother Jesus said, he said, I came here to show the possibilities of man. I've come here to show you the possibilities of man. And what I have done, all men will do, and more. I love that phrase because it's true. I've come to show you the possibilities of man, and what I have done, all men will do, and more. Now, people take a lot of things from Brother Jesus, you know what I'm saying, as a way of life, but they forget to take the things, that justifies where they're at and how powerful they are. You know what I'm saying? You can't give your power away. Don't give your power away to something else. You are powerful too. That's been the whole thing that we've been miseducated to understand, to think that we always have to look for something outside of ourselves to receive, a powerful connection or a powerful intervention, when we are the power source ourselves. And once we understand that we are the power, not outside of us, but we are the power, and all we have to do is tap into that power within ourselves, game over. Game over. And that's one of the biggest blessings that I've been able to receive and come to an awareness of these years that's passed, is I trust in the power that resides within me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not looking for something outside of me to carry me through no storms, because I have the power within me to carry me through those storms. And that's the whole thing. And I come on here and I make these messages and I put them out for whoever is, placed to witness these messages, and whatever they may receive from them. Great. I don't do this for likes or anything like that. I take time out of my day and I share my insight because I love humanity. I love humanity. You know what I'm saying? I'm a brother, a father, a son, a cousin, an uncle, and so on and so forth. And so is everybody else out here. And so I feel that it's my job, as a fellow being of earth, to share with my brothers, my sisters, my uncles, my aunties, my cousins. And that's just not direct family, but that's all of us. We are all brothers and sisters of the human family. You know what I'm saying? I don't have no, I don't segregate. I don't look at anyone as being more or less than I am. We are all the same. We are all humans. We are all spiritual beings having a human experience. And I abide by the rule of each one teach one. Each one teach one. And so, like I said, I just came on here and I just want the people to know that yes, it's gonna be rough. I've sacrificed a lot. You know what I'm saying? I've sacrificed to the point where I stopped working. You know what I'm saying? I stopped working. That's how strong my faith is in the Creator. I stopped working. I had a great job. You know what I'm saying? A very top shelf, high paying, great job. I was actually, the last job that I had before I quit, I was a union carpenter. You know what I'm saying? I was a union carpenter. I was making great money, getting paid every Friday. I was making great money, and going to school also in the process and all that in order to even start making even more money than I was making. But the environment that I was in it didn't resonate with my spirit. And so, I had to make a choice of either continue to pursue, this small little monetary gain at the sake of my peace and my vibration and my comfort, or remove myself, not focusing on the material anything, and put more time and energy until my spiritual awakening. And I chose my spiritual awakening. Because money come, money go. You know what I'm saying? I've had money, I've lost money, I've done things, I've had this, I've lost that. I've done that. And at the end of the day, that doesn't do nothing for my soul. You know what I'm saying? What does something for my soul is reestablishing my connection with Mother, Father, God. That's what makes me vibrate up. That's what moves me, is reconnection with Source. And yes, like I said, you will be tested. And I've been tested. I've been sitting still, and instead of going to work like I was doing, I've started writing things, and like this right here, I've started sharing some of my stories and situations with, the community, to try to help assist with raising the awareness of fallen humanity. And this work right here for me is a lot more pleasing, or it's a lot more satisfying than me being out there building buildings and swimming pools and high rises and things like that. Like, that was fine to do all of that, but it wasn't no soul food in that. See, me speaking to the community, yeah, now I feel like I'm receiving some soul food, because I feel good when I feel that I can share with somebody, when I can share with the community, and then that sharing that I did possibly will be of assistance to someone else, to help them, figure out something along their journey. I feel great. That's what does it for me. You know what I'm saying? Hit me right to the heart. Boom, I feel good. You know what I'm saying? I don't care about no dollars. And I know we all need, monetary, financial things in order to live in this material world. But at the same time, you gotta put things, you gotta prioritize things in a proper order. Like, there's a saying that goes like, seek first the kingdom of heaven, and all things will be added unto you. Now, I've tried to do my thing in this world all my life without seeking first the kingdom of heaven. I was in the world. You know what I'm saying? I ain't need the kingdom of heaven. I got this. I got this. I don't, you know what I'm saying? From the days when I was out there running the streets, I was hustling, to when I started to work, and do my own thing and get my own money. But I always did my own thing. I never incorporated spirit. I never incorporated Mother, Father, God. I never incorporated, this spiritual aspect into this reality. And every time, all of my creations, I ain't gonna fake it, all my creation, at some point or another, something would happen and I would have to restart. And I didn't have no problem restarting because, like I said, when I set my mind on something, that's what it is. But now I'm learning that if you seek first the kingdom of heaven, and that be the foundation that you build everything off of, nothing can knock that down or take that away. Because it's on a foundation that can't be shook by nothing or nobody in this universe. Because it's grounded on a foundation of love and light. Your foundation is God. Nothing can disrupt that. And so that's where I'm at now. And like I said, it's been trying because, of course, I have things that I would like to take care of or do or be for others or whatnot. But this is a stance I had to take to show, my level of faith and trust in the path that I've decided to walk. You know what I'm saying? And all is well. I don't have a lot of the things that I may want at this current moment in time, but I definitely have all the things I need, and I don't need for anything while I'm going through this transitional stage of spiritual development. And that is another confirmation from spirit to show me that they with me at all times. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I haven't worked. It's probably been over a year now. About a year or over a year since I've quit my job as a union carpenter. And I'm not homeless. I'm not out here in any particular want for some food. I'm not starving. I ain't freezing. I ain't begging on no street corner nowhere. I'm healthy and whole. And I have been able to attain a level of spiritual awareness that's it's just mind blowing. Like, I've been able to reconnect, with divine consciousness and energies and soul tribe, soul family, like the whole nine. And it's amazing when you can actually wake up from that slumber that we all have been in and understand that there is a whole lot more to reality than what we were given to understand. And so, if nothing else, I'm grateful just for that awareness. I'm grateful just for that awareness. And with this journey, of course, it's not for the weak. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you have to understand, when you trying to reconnect back to source, you have to do a lot of cleansing and resetting of everything that you thought you understood to be. Like, you got to do a total reset. Everything that you thought you understood how things work, no. And at first, it can be very shocking to the senses, because, like, damn, none of this is correct. I gotta reset everything. Like, everything. But yes, And that's the beautiful thing about this journey is like this journey requires sacrifice. Now, before you jump the gun, because normally people think about sacrifice and it's like it's in a negative, but this is not a negative. You know, these sacrifices are good because there's an exchange. Every time you make a sacrifice of something, you know, the divine will give you something in return. It's an exchange, right? So, what are the sacrifices? Like me personally, I've sacrificed smoking. I don't do drugs anymore. I don't smoke weed. I don't do drugs. I don't drink alcohol. You know what I'm saying? I've sacrificed alcohol. I don't drink anymore. You know what I'm saying? I don't go to bars and hang out at clubs and in neighborhoods and things like that that's low vibrational. You know what I'm saying? I've given up that. I'm celibate. You know what I'm saying? I don't even have an active sex life right now because I don't have a partner. And I'm not going to be just having meaningless sex with people just to have sex with people. You know what I'm saying? Because I understand, you know, that my temple is worth more and I should regard it in a higher esteem than just to be randomly passing myself and my energy around to people. And I'm great with that. I feel that is like one of the most amazing things. You couldn't tell me that I would be a single individual man out here in this world that's voluntarily choosing not to engage in sexual activities with people. And not only not choose to engage with sexual activities with people, but choose not to engage with other energies that's not vibrating on the same frequency as me. You know what I'm saying? Because once you start to love and understand yourself and love this temple and understand your worth and value as a divine spirit essence, you know what I'm saying, in this temple, you're not going to allow just anything, anybody to come and mesh with your divine energy. You know what I'm saying? You like I've put in too much work cleansing and purifying myself for me to just turn around and be mixing with people who haven't done any work and have all type of attachments, you know, negative low vibrational attachments connected to them. And I'm not judging anybody. You know what I'm saying? This is my preference and my choice. And I'm not judging anybody for where they at. But one thing you will learn as you move along this journey, if you honestly move along this journey, is you're going to come to love yourself and not allow yourself to be exposed to anything that's not exuding that same type of love for self and to you as well. Because, you know, the first step is you have to do some healing. Everybody has to do some inner work. You know what I'm saying? That's the first step. That's the first step I had to take. I had to recognize, you know, the things within myself that wasn't beneficial for growth. And I had to be honest with myself about that and stop making excuses and blaming everything outside of myself but me when I'm the author of my book. You know what I'm saying? I'm the star of my reality show. Nobody is in control of my reality show but me. It's based off of the choices that I make, what plays out, you know what I'm saying, on my station. And so once I really understood that I'm in control of my TV show, then I understood that I had power to change it and to make it into whatever I wanted it to be, and stop feeling like I was victimized or, you know, circumstances is the reason why. No, there's no reason why. Only reason why is me. I'm the creator of my reality. You know what I'm saying? And that's it. That's why I say tell the truth and shame the devil, because you are the creator of your reality. You know what I'm saying? Nothing can happen in your reality unless you give consent to it. Like, you have to give it a green light. And so I was just saying, it's like I said, it's about to be a new year, and it's a lot has happened this year. 2024. Yeah, it was definitely one for the books, but 2025. Yeah, the saga continues. Like, is things are coming to the surface, and whether you believe things or don't believe things, that doesn't make it any less relevant. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people out here that don't believe in God, that don't believe in Mother, Father, God, but that doesn't make Mother, Father any less real because someone's inability to be able to perceive them. So don't be so quick to be caught up on, oh man, I don't believe we really, until you start doing some work, like, you really don't know what to believe, because we've been so programmed to have a misunderstanding of this reality that we're in, that we couldn't believe the correct thing if we tried, because we have no basis for it, we have no foundation for it, we have no information on it. You know what I'm saying? So we believe in lies because that's all we know, that's all we taught, that's all we ever understood. You know what I'm saying? You can never solve a problem if you have no awareness that the problem even exists. Right? You can't. How can you solve a problem if you don't have an awareness that there is a problem? It'll never happen. And that's the way that this thing was set up. Like, you don't know what you don't know. But in these days and times, what's going on now, them days is over. Like, everything is on the floor. Everything is on the floor. And for those that still haven't really got the memo, or they hearing and seeing stuff, but they still kind of fighting the fight of not wanting to believe or understand that there actually may be something more than what they currently understood to be. I'll just say to you, like, there's no judgment. I have no judgment, but just don't be so quick to say what's not. You know what I'm saying? Because for you to be so quick to say what ain't, that must mean you know all that is. And if you can sit there and say that you know all there is, you got some work to do. You got some work to do. Nobody knows all there is. Man's truth today, tomorrow is not his truth. Man's God today, tomorrow is not his God. As man unfolds, so does his understanding, and so does his awareness. Like I said, this time a year or two ago, you could have never told me that I would be moving through the world the way that I move through the world now. Never. Like, that wasn't where I was at. That wasn't where my awareness was at. And no one would have been able to convince me otherwise. But as time passed by and situations arose, and I started unfolding based off of situations that I was being exposed to, yes, now you have today's version of me. That was not the version of me last year, was not the version of me 2 years ago. You know what I'm saying? As man unfolds, so does his understanding. Or as man understanding unfolds, so does he. You know what I'm saying? And I promise you, I've come a long way. You know, I didn't grow up in no churches or anything like that. I didn't have spirituality or nothing like that pushed on me. You know, I came home based off of a desire that came from within me. Nothing outside of me made me decide to start investigating, this path. It was a calling. I heard a calling inside. And once again, like I said, I've always been like Curious George. I decided to investigate because what's the worst that can happen? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing to be scared of. Why not look into something? What's the worst that can happen? Worst that can happen is you figure out nothing's there, and worse for where you get back to your regularly scheduled program. But you look into something and you can possibly find out that there's a whole nother reality there that you had no awareness of. And now you can level up. So you have everything to gain, nothing to lose. Nothing to lose from investigating things that you don't have a working understanding of. What does it hurt to look into something different? Like I said, if it doesn't resonate with you, then you can just discard it and you're no worse for wear. Back to the scheduled program. But you might just find something that changes your life and the lives of all those around you. That's what I did. I decided to take a chance and look into something that I was not familiar with, and it blew my mind. I haven't looked back since. Now, like I said, yes, I've fallen a lot of times. I've backslid, I fell, I've had my ups and downs, but I understand that this is the path. This is the only way to go. Those other roads are leading to nothing but chaos and confusion. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, with my sacrifices, things like I was saying about me sacrificing things. Now, I say I gave up smoking, drinking, hanging out, partying, neighborhoods, friends, associations, family, all of that, right? But at the end of the day, if you think about it, those are negatives. You know what I'm saying? So what am I upset about? Am I upset or feel the type of way because I don't drink no more? No, I'm ecstatic. I'm very happy about that because now I can be healthy. I don't have to worry about poisoning my body to the point where someday I'm going to end up at a hospital somewhere and, they're going to be telling me about my liver or my kidneys or something and shut down on me and I got to go through all that. No, I've avoided that whole scenario now. I stopped smoking. You know what I'm saying? So I don't have to worry about that. I've stopped. All the negatives, I stopped. And those are positive things. Like, those are going to impact my physical vessel in a positive way. So it's not like the exchange was fair because what I gave up was negative and what it created was all positives. So that sounds like a fair exchange to me. I didn't lose anything, but I've gained everything. I've gained myself back. I found me again. Like, I don't have to medicate myself in order to function in this world. And that is a beautiful thing. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to run and be in and out of broken, disruptive, chaotic type of relationships because, I don't know how to sit with myself and be at peace with me. And not always feeling like I need something outside of me in order to feel whole and complete. Like, I've been healed. The removal of those things have showed me that I was living in a haze. I was living in an illusion. I thought that I needed things outside myself in order to be complete, when actually I only needed myself, and I needed to love myself and know that I don't need anything outside of myself to be 100% me. And so, like I said, it was a fair exchange. I'm healthy, you know. I have no issues. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm in some of the best shape of my life. I'm 45 years old. Like, I'm good. I'm great. Like, I'm feeling very, very, very alive. And so, you know, the pros definitely outweigh the cons 10 to 1. And I'm very happy that I was able to stay focused and move forward on this journey that taught me to love myself first, which in turn allowed me to remove all of these negative type of distortions that had me constantly in all kinds of disruptions moving through life. So, my bad, I know I got a little long-winded. Like I said, it's about to be a new year. Well, I mean, if we get technical, that is, they saying it's a new year, but we know, for those of us that know, it's not a new year until spring. Spring is the real new year. You know what I'm saying? The spring equinox, that's when, you know, all of this white stuff and all of this cold stuff and all of this stuff that kills this dead stuff goes away, and spring starts a new cycle of life. Is in the spring. That's the new year. But, you know, where we at, you know, January 1st is the start of 2025. And so, okay, you know, a new year. I just hope everybody be safe, you know, be mindful of people, places, and things, and stay focused on the bigger picture. Oh, and I'm trying to be mindful. Like, I know that if I use certain words or phrases or stuff like that, there's things in place to kind of flag me or flag my stuff. So recently there was something that was going on. I have been talking about this too. Just y'all don't be so easily fooled. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of stuff about to take place, but it's fake. It's fake. It's a lot of fake stuff about to take place to try to trick people out of their spots and to create, you know, a lot of fear and things like that. Don't believe it. That's another reason why you really need to tune in with Mother, Father, God, because we don't wrestle with the flesh. You know, we wrestle with spirits and principalities. You know, we wrestle with things. We don't wrestle with man. We wrestle with a different level of things, to where we have to have an open eye if we really want to understand exactly what it is we're up against. So just be mindful. Don't be so quick to, you know, put out that fear energy. Like, do some critical thinking. You know what I'm saying? Like I like to say on my channel, let's make it make sense. Like, you know, we got these brains inside our skulls for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Let's take them back from everybody else puppeteering them all the time, and actually, excuse me, and actually start using them for ourselves. Free thinkers. You know, let's be the free thinkers that we were created to be, and not be so quick to fall for the tricks of the game. So I love y'all. Wish y'all a lot of love and light. Be blessed. Be safe. Happy New Year's to y'all. And I'll talk to you later.